Hey tubes, Farmall 51 here. Alright, last couple weeks has been mighty crazy. From the winter convention till now, we have covered more ground I think we've ever covered here. It seems like with shows and things going on. A lot of big things have happened and new things on the channel here that I hadn't even got to yet. We're still, I think the last video that came out as of the time that this was being made, which this is May the 11th, Mother's Day. Finally getting around to doing a video on the new tractor here that we've acquired, and gonna be here for a while. Let me introduce y'all to the 1961 Farmall Cub. The serial number on this puts it being a late 61. The tag on the right bottom, I think some fertilizer got it or something, but picked this up from a friend of a friend, and Bradley, thank you for the referral here. This has turned out to be an excellent cub. You know, I know many of you probably was wondering what happened to the 1967 Farmall 140, and I got that tractor, and like I say, we had intended on keeping it. You know, we had two 140s and R80, and you know, we really didn't need it in a way, and it was a good tractor to take to plow days and things like that. But the 300 come along, and I was really looking for one of them, and it's going to be here for a while. But then my wife is like, you know, we need something actually. You need a dedicated garden tractor. So that's where this come along. Like I say, a friend of a friend referred it. Went and looked at it. Everything was great about it. It had none of the cultivator stuff on it, except the arms. Nothing on it. All this is stuff that I had, and I had a ton of cub stuff, and I still do. Cultivator attachments, fertilizer distributors, things like that. But anyway, so I had enough to outfit a cub to do a garden with, and I've got it set up with two of the smaller ones there in the middle. I had the crop shields on it, and they wanted to bunch up. They did all right, but the corn is tall enough now that you don't really have to worry about covering it up. But like I said before, it's a 1961 Farmall Cub. This cub here originally is in original paint condition. I have not power washed it yet. How you see it is how I got it. A little rusty on the wheels there, but it's just surface rust. It's not eat through. Original seat on it. I've got to get a backrest, and I did replace the knuckle up here. It was wore quite a bit, and it is still on 6-volt system. Great tires on the back. That's you know, any restoration today, tires is almost half the cost of the tractor. So tires are good on it. Front ones are fine. Like I said, it has all the emblems on it. Original 6-volt coil steel voltage regulator. And I apologize, it's pouring out today. Rear sling exhaust. It has no muffler. That's fine. It's not that loud. And the hood, I'm going to take and power wash this off, and then lightly maybe steel wool just a little bit, and then I'm going to get some of that Pappy's patina. But I'm gonna tell you what, this here setting up a cub is not complicated, but it can be a pain to get all this stuff straightened out, adjusted where you want it. And I got the front cultivators up there to where they'll throw the dirt just right, so that all worked out. And you'll see in a video coming up after this one of it cultivating. I've already done that yesterday, so like I said, I'm trying to get my videos out, and they're just stacking up. So many events, so many things going on. I picked this up from a good friend of mine who passed away last year. Excellent condition. Fertilizer distributor works great. I used that yesterday. Like I said, we had a lot of rain coming, and I want to go ahead and get that done, because this tractor will be going to the Got to BNC Festival in Raleigh, and that's more videos that'll be coming out, and I'm trying to get those. I'll be trying to get those out as soon as I can. Like I say, I had the fertilizer gear and all that drive gear on it. It had a pulley back here. I think at some time it must have had a mower on it, so I took all that off. I don't need all that on there, but like I say, here's how the exhaust comes out. I don't see the need in putting a muffler on there. Thought about getting me one of those little whistles to put in there, like the turbo whistles or something. I've got the back sweeps on there. They do an excellent job. I don't like to dig a deep trench. I've got those set up. They work excellent to me. I see no need to ridge or dig a trench behind you, so I like those. And they're nice and wide to the point where they almost touch the other side of the row. And then here, like I say, you'll see in that later video, a video coming up of the Cub here in operation. So it runs excellent, and I'll go ahead and we'll see if it'll cooperate here and start up. Like I say, this is a not a cold start, but remember, always shake hands with the gear stick, make sure it's out of gear. You really should be on the tractor when you start it, but if you know what you're doing, whatever. I'm not telling you what to do, but make sure you're on the tractor when you start one. However, the little starter rod that was on here was kind of bent, and I've got one of those coming. A friend of mine's got one of those, and I'm gonna put another one on there because it wanted to hang up, so I have to start it down here at the starter. Pop the button. We'll see if it'll fire off here. You see, it's really not that loud. But the one headlight works, the other one doesn't. I'm not really worried about it because I'm not messing with it at night, but I may eventually put me a 6-volt light in here. But everything works on it, steering great. I need a shim for down here though. Rear wheel weights for it. I do have a set of front wheel weights, but I didn't see any need for it. I may put them on there, but it did fine without them. It didn't really struggle. So I think I'm gonna leave them off for right now. But it runs excellent. There's the little gurgle. They all do that. But yeah, still on the 6-volt, starts just fine, and I am going to leave it like that as long as it starts like it's supposed to. But by the time we get back from, like I say, from the Got to Be NC Festival, it'll be borderline touching the oil pan, I'm sure. So the way, with the amount of rain that we've got and all the nitrogen and fertilizer we socked to it yesterday. So a nice original fertilizer, and I do have a planter unit that goes up here and the planter unit that goes underneath of it. So I may actually next year, I may, since I've got all that, I may go ahead and set it up. I got a complete 172 planter unit with a runner underneath, toolbar, and like I say, the seed hopper up there on the top. The oil pan, the tank is very clean inside, has excellent oil pressure. Like I say, my lift box there, the little O-ring there on the front of the cylinder, or the lift there, it leaks a little bit. You can see down there where that's about what it's leaked since yesterday, but I think a little use in it might tighten it up some. But I may, this winter, I may tear that down and put me an O-ring in there, or completely. It's working, so I'm not going to rebuild it, but I may put an O-ring in it. I always kind of like these little bar grill Cubs like this, and I think this will make an excellent addition to the fleet here. As a going to be the working Cub, dedicated working garden Cub. So, and plow day Cub might take it to the plow days. Rhett's got a nice one bottom plow to go behind it. Anyway, that's it. Like I say, if you have any questions, let me know on this Cub here. Anything you want to see extra. Like I say, I've outfitted everything on it, and it's ready to go. Well, it's already plowed a garden, and it's cultivated it twice already, and probably one more time before it gets too tall, maybe 1 or 2 more times. But it was well taken care of, and like I say, overall I'm happy with it. fuel. I got to change the oil and all that on it. Just do some regular maintenance on it. Probably put a set of plugs in it and all that. But it starts so well and runs so well. I hate to touch anything like that on it. But the steering is got a hair of play in it, but nothing major. Typical wore out worm gear. So, like I say, we did a good job, and I think it's gonna work out. So